Damaging gusts of winds could cause some disruption across northern Europe over the next few days. Further south, it stays largely fine and quiet. The first storm was Dudley. That continues to move across the Low Countries over into northeast Europe, and then behind it, hot on the heels, is Storm Eunice. So that's going to bring some heavy rain and some damaging gusts of winds, as you can see quite clearly, moving out of parts of Latvia and Lithuania and down into the Czech Republic. Now, south of that, we've got a good deal of dry weather into Turkey, into Greece and the Greek Isles, also into Italy as well. Not too bad across central and southern areas of France, along with Spain and Portugal. But this here is Storm Eunice, and that is going to bring some heavy rain and some severe gales. Damaging gusts of winds could cause some significant disruption as it moves across the UK and then spreads its way over into Europe. So on Friday, it'll be pushing its way across Germany, the Low Countries, also into Scandinavia once again. So we'll need to keep a close eye on that. By contrast, down to the south, it stays quiet and relatively pleasant and mild. Now, the story over the next few days then shows an unsettled spell of weather into London, the unsettled weather in Paris easing, a little more sunshine coming through Madrid and Rome, fine, settled and sunny. We keep some showers going into Berlin and the same too in Moscow with strong winds to go with it. Hello there. If you've been following the weather in Africa in recent days, it's a similar story really. It's rather cool with a few scattered showers moving across the North Egyptian coastline. We've got our shower cloud here, heaviest of which perhaps across parts of Zambia and also into northern Mozambique. And there's a potential for another storm heading towards the island of Madagascar. Few sharp showers moving out of South Africa, but still here we've got some warmth with temperatures in Cape Town at 31 degrees. So that's the story for Friday. I don't suspect there's going to be that much in the way of significant change as we move into the weekend either. It stays largely fine and dry, but not quite as warm in South Africa as we go through the second half of the weekend. To the north, again, those temperatures are a little bit disappointing, but they are going to show signs of recovery into next week. Now let's take a look at what to expect across the Middle East over the next few days. We've seen some fair weather cloud across the Levant and that's spilling its way steadily eastwards. That could produce a few showers into Iraq and maybe into northern Iran, but elsewhere it's largely fine and quiet. Now we've had a strong shamal just recently. Looks likely that signs of that easing as we go into Friday. Light winds, pleasant enough, and temperatures will start to recover after they were in the high teens just a few days ago in Saudi. So as you can see in Riyadh, we're back up into the high 20s for the start of the weekend. Hello there. The weather story in North America has been pretty quiet in recent days with high pressure dominating, but there's a front that's moving through and it will bring some very heavy rainfall. The reason being we've got some warm air across that south and east and some bitterly cold air spilling out of Canada, and where the two meet, well, that is the dividing line between this energy that's going to produce some heavy potential flooding rains, some hail, some thunder mixed in there, and on the back edge of that potentially some snow as well. So that's going to be one to watch as it drifts its way steadily east through Thursday into Friday. Behind it, still some quiet weather. Now, yes, we've got a front producing some outbreaks of light rain and snow to the far north of British Columbia. A little bit of fair weather cloud into northern Oregon as well. But once we get down into California, it's fine and settled. Not as hot as it has been in Southern California, where we've seen recent wildfire risks. So the story over the next few days shows a fair amount of cloud to the north, but largely fine and dry and a little bit more comfortable into Los Angeles with temperatures into the low 20s. So here's that rain then stretching all the way down from Montreal across the Great Lakes into Nashville, Tennessee, down across that Ohio and Mississippi Valley. Don't forget the brighter greens and yellows denoting the intensity of the rainfall. Ahead of it, still dragging in that warm southerly wind. So yes, there's a potential for some sharp thundery downpours into Nashville, easing by Friday. Hello there. In recent weeks, we've had relentless heavy rain across parts of Brazil, and it has brought some landslides and significant disruption in one or two areas. There's more sharp showers to come, little in the way of respite, really, in terms of the rainfall over the next few days. The sharpest the showers across the west and down into the south and east. We've seen some recent heat in northern parts of Chile. That's going to abate over the next few days. I'll come back to that in just a moment. But you can see across parts of Venezuela, Colombia, over into West Brazil, the brighter, vibrant colours denoting the intensity of those showers. They stretch down into southern areas of Brazil as well. We've got some heat building across northern Argentina over the next few days, whilst at the same time, Chile, where seen above average temperatures, they will start to come down. And you can see that in the city forecast, actually. Temperatures easing in Santiago, but into a sunshine, certainly we could see those temperatures into the high 30s over the next few days. Mexico, largely fine with some sunshine around. There will be a few scattered showers across Central America, not really amounting to too much. The same too for the Caribbean as well. Any showers will be quite fleeting. They will ease away to lengthy spells of sunshine from time to time. So the city forecast shows that quite clearly. Good deal of dry, sunny weather to look out for. Few scattered showers or longer spells of rain in Havana, Cuba. Hello there. This is the time of year where you would expect dry, settled weather across much of India. That's exactly what we've got, and you can see that on the satellite picture. Most of the weather action at the moment just off the west coast of Myanmar, some pretty intense showers here, but it means that there's a risk of an isolated shower into Sri Lanka, but in comparison to recent days, certainly better. And there might be a few along that Kerala or Karnataka coastline. But generally speaking, it's a fine, quiet story. There'll be lots of sunshine and temperatures are likely to peak into the low 30s. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Similar story into Pakistan as well. But once we head into Central Asia, it's not quite as warm. And in fact, it's pretty cold still across Kazakhstan, with temperatures struggling by daytime as a maximum to climb above -11. It's an improving story over the next few days. There will be a good deal of dry weather, fair weather cloud, perhaps down into Kazakhstan, Pakistan to higher ground here. Then we're back into Pakistan and much of India, fine and quiet, as we say. Just the risk of an isolated shower into Sri Lanka. I think you'll be lucky if you do catch one. A little bit of fair weather clouds stretching up through northeastern states, and we could see an isolated shower through the higher ground of the Himalayas. But the city forecasts show there's a good deal of fine weather. Risk of showers into Sri Lanka starts to increase as we head into the weekend. However, the temperatures are set to improve a little for Kazakhstan as we go through the week ahead. Hello there. It's been a winter of relentless snowfall across northern Japan, but things look a little quieter over the next few days, and you can see that on the satellite picture. Most of the weather action across central and southern China, and some sharp showers through parts of Malaysia and Indonesia. There's some rain, as you can see in the forecast, but Japan will be largely fine and quiet. The Korean Peninsula, along with northern China, and temperatures are set to climb. It has been pretty cold just recently in Beijing. So for central and southern areas of China, we'll see some rain, some of it heavy as well. That stretches down perhaps into Hong Kong. Few isolated showers of Vietnam, some sharp showers through parts of Malaysia, and some showers to come into Indonesia too. But this is a city forecast over the next few days, and you can see that warmer, drier weather and sunnier weather arriving into Beijing in time for the closing of the Winter Olympics. Into Australia now, a few scattered showers across the north and the east coast at the moment. Change of wind direction bringing slightly cooler conditions down through parts of New South Wales and Victoria, and a weather front moving its way across to the South Island of New Zealand. But in comparison to the weather story that we had just a few days ago, the Northern Island and the north of the South Island should be largely fine and quiet. So it stays largely fine and dry for Wellington. Some pretty intense showers continue in Sydney.